Hey guys, in today's video I just want to show you kind of a little bit of an update of what I'm working on these Blaney Pirtek Xfinity cars. So what I've got is this number 22. This is what he drove in 2018. Yeah, 2018. And so I've got all the decals applied around the sides and the back. Not too difficult, kind of straightforward. This is a little long here. Sorry, I'll bring it down here a little bit. If you can see, this lines up pretty well, but on the back end here, the snap-on decal kind of wraps a little bit. And I can't really move it any forward because of the size. It bumps into this 22, so it's going to have to wrap just a little bit. The tires, the rim color matches with the side decals pretty well. And as you can see, I've got the front end to do, and this hood. Same thing on this side with regard to the snap-on. Wraps ever so slightly back here, the ON. I probably could have moved that forward a little bit, but I didn't separate it from this decal sheet, or this decal, this side decal, like I probably should have. Moved it forward a little bit. I haven't sealed anything, so I could do that if I wanted to. So the problem, obviously, on this front end is the way the decal set comes. It just comes with this big yellow block, and then as you can see, the Mustang over here, front end, normal front end, and then I've got to piece these pieces on the sides of the hood. This obviously goes in the center of the hood, and then this goes across the front. And all of these little red lines need to line up. So this is going to go across here, right like so. And then of course these pieces on the side are going to come like this. So right now I'm kind of debating if I want to put this on first, which I think I will. So I'll go ahead and put these pieces in, and that will at least give me an idea of what I'm going to do on this front. And I'm hoping that I don't have a gap here, because again, the struggle with some of these things is everything's got to line up and there's no gap. So I'm hoping after I put these two side pieces on, I can line this up, and so the reds connect, the red lines connect on both sides, and then I can kind of, I probably won't put this particular piece down just yet. I want to put this piece on first, the yellow front end, and then I'll put this one on top if there's any overlap. So that's kind of my plan on this, and then the last pieces I'll put in are these pieces over here with, of course, this front end. They do give you, Pato does give you this large yellow strip. This may have been for the bottom across the front here, but what I did was I went ahead and I painted it with Tester's gloss yellow. It's a pretty close match, and yeah, so pre-painted that. And then the spoiler on this 2018 is black, and I'll show you pictures of the car here in a second. So that while that's sitting there, I'll show you, this is the 2019, number 12. And I have this almost done. This one obviously is, I won't say just as hard, but it's close to just being as hard. I'm not, so before I get into showing the critical pieces where I don't like it, I'll show you where, you know, I kind of do like it, right? So the sides line up pretty well. There is a little tuck on this snap-on here, a little bit on the money line there, but this works out pretty well. The spoiler on these 2019s is actually yellow, and it's kind of just like the top half of it is yellow. It's weird. The bottom half is blue, the top half is yellow, and I use this Tester's gloss yellow for that. I've had this for a while for a lot of my Matt Kenseth cars, and this works out pretty well. You can see that says 2011, so you can see how long I've had this marker, quite some time. I think the roof lines are black. I've got to double check. We'll look at that in just a second. But piecing these, where everything comes together on these fronts, these front pieces. So this piece lines up with the side piece, lines up with the side, or with the front piece that goes across this whole front. It all kind of comes together right here. So you can see the joints ever so slightly. There's a little bit of a tiny gap right there, ever so slightly. But if you look at it, if you're farther away, you look at it, it looks pretty good. But of course, when you look a little closer, then you can start seeing little imperfections, and that's what bugs me. But you know, it is what it is at this point. I'm to the point where I'm sealing it right now. So there's a little tiny bit of a gap here, and I did have a small stripe of yellow that I ran across down here to kind of bridge the gap between the side and this this hood piece. I see I got to touch up these two hood pins were covered by the decal, so I need to touch that with aluminum before I forget. I got these two, but I got to do the other two. And the front on these is actually all yellow. So it's not a perfect match of the gloss yellow with this yellow decal, but that's what I'm going to use. Putting a decal across this front nose on just about any car, this front like lower valence, is very, very difficult. I've only done that a few times. I prefer to paint it. Even if it's not a perfect match, it's better, in my mind, to have it actually painted as opposed to having a decal that may not line up with the other decals on the nose, or it might wrap and you might see the edges. So I've decided to I try to paint this lower valence every chance I get. And that's why I have a whole selection of different colors that I can paint it. So this one looks pretty good. It's not too bad. Like I said, the problem areas are these front little corners. Everything else, I think I'm really glad I went with the deep blue. I think that's a better match to the blue on the actual car that was driven. So, and then I've got, I'll just kind of come over here real quick. I've got a couple more in the works that I'm going to do. Obviously, the yellow one with the one with the yellow spoiler is going to be the 2019 car, and the one in the back with the black spoiler is going to be a 2018 car. So let's look at the pictures that I have of this car on the track. So move this thing up a little bit. So right there's the 2018, and it's the one that he drove specially at Charlotte. So it's got the memorial windshield banner, and as you can see, this is all yellow on the front, and then on the very bottom here, I did pre-paint this yellow, but once I get the decal on there, I'm gonna paint this lower valence red. And of course the spoiler here is black. Nothing on the trunk. And I'm looking, I think these roof lines are actually blue. I can't tell. I'll have to look really closely. Normally they're black, but I'll just have to double check that. It's hard for me to see on there what it is, but yeah. So that's what I'm going after with this 2018 car. Trying to match this particular picture. On the 2019, this is the number 12, And you can see here, this nose is all yellow. Down here at the bottom, it's all yellow. There's no red like in the 2018. So I'm trying to get that all yellow down there on that. And it's going to take multiple coats. Here's a picture of it at I think is Watkins Glen. And you can see how this is all yellow on the front here. Yeah, it's got the wiper blade and the fuel door on the other side. So yeah, this is Watkins Glen. But see the spoiler there? See the spoiler, how it's like just the top half of it is yellow. The bottom half looks black or dark blue. I'm going to leave it dark blue. But yeah, so that's a little different for sure. Back over here, you can see here the spoiler, just the top half is yellow. So those are the pictures that I'm going after on these Pirtek cars. So Terry, again, if you're watching, I saw you sent me an email. Yeah, I'm working this, and hope to have these done this in the next couple days, both of these, and I'll get them over to you as quickly as I can. While that's still sitting, you can see what I've got left in here. Work on another 78 Kenny Wallace car. I've got a couple Matt Kenseth Crown Royals from 2011 that Mr. MR you've asked for. So I got those going, and it's kind of, I don't want to say a funny story, but I'm making one for you, MR, and the other one I'm going to sell on eBay. Had this discussion with my daughter last night. She's turning 15. This is our youngest daughter. She's turning 15 next month, and I told her this is my little scheme, right? I told her she'll have some spending money for her birthday. She wants to do some things with her friends, right? Go to the mall, whatever. And I said she can have some spending money based upon some of her grades that she gets between now and then. And then I'm going to sell, one of these is going to MR, the other one I'm going to sell on eBay. And the proceeds of that car I'm just going to give to her for her birthday. So if you're interested in a 2011 purple Crown Royal, Matt Kenseth car for your collection, whatever the sale price is will go to my daughter for her 15th birthday. And so she'll be excited, or I shouldn't say she will be. She is excited about that because she knows, the cars I sell on eBay, will go for $20 or $25. And so she'll be watching that auction and see how it goes. She'll be super excited about that. And that'll be another week or so till I get those done. And then Mr. John, I've got these Michael Annette cars in the works for you now. Started them, stripped them down. This is the blue number 5 Principal car that he drove in 2018. Michael Annette, Xfinity Camaro. And then this one is the Pilot Flying J. So I'm going to paint that white and apply these decals over top of that. So that'll be interesting because whenever you work with these Camaros, they're always a little bit challenging. So we'll see how things line up, especially around this rear wheel well. I don't think I'm ever happy with how those things turn out. So, but I'll do my best and get those over to you as soon as I can. So, all right, that's that. Let's get back to this number 22. So I think I'm going to have to cut this video short. I was just looking at the time, and it has gone a little bit quicker than I expected as I'm trying to work on these during my lunch break. And I don't know if you guys are teleworking, working from home, those of you guys that are working, but now we have these incessant Zoom calls, Zoom meetings, and stuff. It's just, I'll say it's never ending, but I guess that's 2020, right? With this whole COVID thing, people are doing a lot of working from home, and trying to connect that way as opposed to in person. So a little bit of a turn there. Okay, so we'll let that dry. Need some more water here. Okay. Okay. See how that looks. All right, now here comes the question. How is this going to line up? Nice. It reaches. That's great. That's great. I'm real happy about that. So, decal designer, congrats. This one matches up real nice with the die-cast body. So awesome, and it looks like it lines up just perfectly, right along the lines of the hood. I'm sorry, yeah, the hood there. So I'll be able to work this now, this front piece across here. And that's going to be fun, guys. I'm just going to have to tell you, because I need it. I may have to just piece this on, because there's no way I'm going to get that to wrap fully around. These are, tucking it into these corners is takes up that decal space, and trying to get it to line up, I may have to put in one piece across the front here, and then piece in one here and one over here, and see how that looks like before I finish this up. And actually, I could put these in, because I know my spacing is already done on the roof, or on the hood here. So that'll be fun, guys, for sure. That'll be fun. I may use this as a guide, this piece here on this 2019. I use this as a guide, and then yeah. So I just praised the decal designer, right? And now I'm going to curse you. I don't say curse you. I would not want to do that. Why not do, this? Why not do that here? I don't understand, right? You've got the whole yellow front. Why not do the same thing here on this car? I don't know. I don't know if the same person designed these two decal sheets, but that is definitely an added problem, because I'm going to have to, cut this out and do a little bit of my own design work for this to work on this front end. When if it was like this, it would be a little bit easier to do that. So so I can't complain too much, right? I mean, the decal sheets are available. Somebody designed them and did them, and I'm putting them together. So I thank you guys, and I don't want to complain too much, right? I don't want to fuss about the the hands of the ones that feed this hobby, or bite the hands of the one that feed this hobby. So but yeah, always looking to improve, and so hopefully you guys can take that on some of the designs you are going forward, if you want. That's just my 2 cents. Anything that can make my job easier, I'm going to recommend. So all right, so that looks pretty good. I like being able not to have a space there to line that up on both sides. So there's no gap there, so that's going to be a little bit better than the other one that I had. So let's see. Yeah, these get the quality of the decal on these is pretty sharp, because that was only in the water for a minute or so, and now it's ready to go. Let's see how I get this centered. Not that I don't try to get things centered elsewhere on the car, but I do like to double and triple check to make sure things on the hood are as close to as centered as I can get. Just because it's kind of the main part of the car. Let me see where that exactly is here. Just going to look real quick on the pictures for this 22. Okay, so it's a little bit lower. Looks like it lines up with the tires. So yeah, it's a little bit down from the wheel well here over to here. Yep, I think that's where I'm going to settle it. Alright guys, I am going to have to run. So thanks for watching. Hope you're doing well and enjoying these videos. Hope they're helpful to you as always. And hope you have a great day. And God blesses your day. You know, I say God bless you, or may God bless you at the end of my videos, and I truly mean that. You know, I pray that God watches over you, protects you, helps you in your spiritual battles, and you know, aids you in this walk of life. Life is not always friendly to us. Unfortunately, most of the time it seems to be our enemy. And I just pray God walks with you, and that, of course, you are tapped into Him. You know, Jesus said, I'm the vine, you are the branches. And if you're not connected to the vine, you're not going to be able to grow and be strong. And so I pray you're connected to the vine, and that God does indeed bless you and give you a blessed, happy, content-filled, satisfied-filled day. And yeah, so all right, we will talk to you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching. Take care.